last time he played here. The second leg of the season. Ronaldo out wide. Of course, Barca hasn't lost since then. Looking for an extra gear. Bangs it off of PK, but the deflection goes Barca's way.
Iniesta coming out before this game and saying we have to be the protagonist. First touch from Messi. But right now, Phil, it's all Real Madrid, and they are really looking very, very fizzy, sharp, and they are committing plenty of attack.
Modric takes it off the hop, almost to Benzema, but Busquets reaches out to knock it back safely. 5.5 in. It seems like it's just been a blink. Looking into the sun, trying to block the glare, PK. Now bathed in whistles as well.
Sergio Ramos must have won the toss, and he's done the right thing, turning the advantage of that bright sun into the defender's eyes, of course. We'll see how much that has an effect as the early part of this game. It'll be gone by the second half, of course, but Ter Stegen's men, Phil, 17 clean sheets from 24 matches, clean sheets, so that's what Barca's got to break down. But they're looking up to the task here. If anything, they look extremely well balanced, confident, coming off again another World Championship, double champions in Liga, double champions in the European Cup, Champions Cup, of course. So a lot. That's a good tackle.
Casemiro reaching in, and despite the protests of his compatriot Paulinho, a clean tackle.
Yeah.
Carvajal didn't go the way he intended and puts it to the near side. Both teams almost refused to put it out into touch. Let's go down to field level, bring in Kevin Egan again. Kevin?
Yeah, worth keeping an eye on those set plays, Phil. We saw that Ronaldo goal that was ruled offside, but the man that was picking up Ronaldo was Paulinho. I thought that was a surprise before the ball was even kicked. Fell asleep completely, leaving Ronaldo unmarked. It'll be interesting to see on the next set play for Real Madrid if it is Paulinho picking up CR7 once more.
8th minute, Valverde looking on. Messi, quick touch wide. Suarez, but he's offside. That's been a problem this year for Suarez, but he seems to have righted the ship.
But both teams have had their difficulties this year, Phil. Cristiano, of course, missing all those games from the suspension and struggling to find his goal-scoring groove, but it's back. And Cristiano had 5 goals in the last few games, so he's certainly on. That's just a lean offside.
Ramos making it close, but one thing Jose Sanchez making it obvious he's in charge. This has got to be a dream assignment for a referee that could turn into a nightmare in the blink of an eye. The world is watching for any mistake. Okay, stepping up into the midfield, harassed in a foul against Real Madrid.
Jordi Alba there shouting over to Valverde some instructions of how their team is reacting to this early pressure from Real Madrid.
Real Madrid 9-4-2, 30 goals scored, 11 allowed. Barcelona, the only unbeaten left in La Liga with 13 wins, 3 draws. The best offense, the best defense, tends to mean the best team. But Real Madrid looking to put that to the test.
Kovacic there absolutely shadowing Lionel as expected.
Busquets. So much runs through the big 29-year-old. Dozen years in the Barcelona system. Vermaelen expected something else.
Jordi Alba showed for it, but then just started to fade to one side.
Marcelo slips as he delivers. Ronaldo a look-away pass.
Sharp. There's the overlap on this side now.
Modric calling for Carvajal's run. One touch back, but a little off the mark. In the Super Cup, Mateo Kovacic played as a shadow, a ghost on Lionel Messi, and it worked spectacularly. Many thinking that would be his role here today, but Barcelona hasn't had enough of the ball on offense to find out if that's really the case.
Yep. Certainly are on the back foot in the early going in this game. It's been impressive by Real Madrid from left to right, and Marcelo and Carvajal pushing very high. Lovely place!
Ronaldo, a swing and a miss, and Carvajal can't get there. Iniesta's hurt as he flies in on defense, but a swing and a miss for CR7.
Beautiful play again. Just don't look at the miss from Cristiano, the lead up. Real Madrid getting way too much space and time. This ball pulled back beautifully for Cristiano. It's an easy type of strike, and he cannot believe there's got to be something wrong with his hammer if he doesn't hit this nail. A beautiful setup by Toni Kroos, and usually they are bashed home automatically.
Well, this is a bit of a concern. There was no malintent from Carvajal.
No, there was fire in the basement though, and certainly Iniesta had to come in and sacrifice his body and stretch, and you can see he's certainly in some serious discomfort, and this doesn't look good at all.
Iniesta has been pulled off the shelf.
Toni Kroos pulling this one back, and you look at it time and time again in the replays and you'll not believe it, but there's a sacrifice from Iniesta, knowing that Carvajal is coming in ready to hit a red hot crack, and Don Andres really takes a bad hit.
Valverde using him a lot more than Luis Enrique did last year, and maybe one of the reasons Barcelona has been unbeatable. Second corner of the match. First one went in, but waved off. Piqué clears. Kroos lets it run.
Jogging back there now, Iniesta, see if he can run it off. Maybe just a stinger. Another good ball.
Ter Stegen thought about coming out, but it carries. Varane keeps it in. Bending ball too far for Ramos. The two center backs both pushing forward. Modric contorts, finds Carvajal. And another offside call. Nope, a push.
Again, smart play by Cristiano's men. Really taking Mother Nature into account with that high sun right into the eyes of the defenders. And they are going upstairs for the attacks and mixing it up nicely. Wonderful width from Los Blancos. And Iniesta, who is irreplaceable, looks as if he's going to give it a good try.
Funny thing is, for the national team, you could say the same, but
it's a good ball.
Isco has stepped up in that regard. Offside, Ronaldo.
Seeing his level, and I tell you what, in live time, it was extremely close. Take a look at this when it's touched.
As you take a look at the cut of the grass, looked like the assistant Raul Caballero might have gotten that one right. By the way, check out beIN Sports Connect. ISO cams on both Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, if you wish.
Better be quick cameras.
Well, everything 4K, 30 cameras in the highest of definitions this year. Paulinho. Ramos did his job. beINSports.com to get to beIN Sports Connect, and for much more on the La Liga race, there's our Twitter handles. Feel free to get involved. The world is 180 countries plus tuning in, regardless of the hour. A rare off touch from Busquets.
There's been a few of them from various players. Cristiano's getting pulled here, and the referee allowing it to go there. You see the shirt pulling, and Cristiano had to rush his pass. That's a lovely lead.
Is it too much for Modric? Ter Stegen anticipates and then dummies it across the goal line. 237th meeting officially between these two sides. Real Madrid have won 95, Barcelona 92.
Another example here, this sequence of highlights from the cameras, the confidence in full frothing mode here from the Merengues.
15th minute, half hour of regulation left to go. Not a frantic start, but it has been a quick one, and Real Madrid the first out of the gate.
Impressive start for Real Madrid. Certainly number of good chances that they have created.
Benzema
And again,
the line. Ronaldo dragging Piqué in for Benz. Spots the run of Carvajal, but stepping up was Vermaelen.
Up again from Cristiano and Benzema. And Benzema pulls the red card out of his hand. And again, wonderful support from Carvajal. The pass just not finding the hole, but impressive in its failure. Again, they are rattling the latch, and we haven't seen anything of the medicine man yet. Messi being very much in the shadows of this game.
Ramos stepping up to poke it free, but straight back to Barcelona. Here is Lionel Messi, 24 goals. No one has scored more for Real or Barcelona in these Clásicos.
Just hitting the net either, is it? The assists, look at that ball.
Almost curls into the path of the Argentine.
Played a beautiful pass last week, of course, Iniesta. Just similar to this. And again, this one's very, very close. Looks like that one was onside. He has an axe to grind, doesn't he, Suarez?
The league are calling that the laser wall, trying to get as razor sharp as possible.
Well, that may be the case, but maybe some of the LASIKs.
The LASIK wall?
Yeah. Directed towards the linesman there.
Here's Carvajal, back to Modric. Ronaldo lurking again. The flag only needs to stay down once. Up the line for Cristiano. 17 Clásico goals for him. The next would tie the legendary Di Stefano as the most ever for Real Madrid. Slow start, at least in league play. Of course, missing 5 matches at the start of the season added some rust. Getting that ejection and then the contact with the referee in the Super Cup. Barcelona taking advantage with a quick start of their own. Too far for Casemiro.
Well won by Thomas Vermaelen.
7th straight start for Vermaelen, by the way. First straight game played. Rakitic lays it off. Messi wide for Suarez. Threads it forward. Paulinho, but Varane was ready.
Stretched out now. Barcelona. Sergio Roberto out of position.
Iniesta covering in the midfield.
That's where they're going to. Good ball.
Kroos on the overlap. Bends back towards the German, but well defended.
So unlucky again. Benzema hearing 1 or 2 whistles there from him, but he's got to play that ball. The gold needle there to be threaded. Wonderful run by Tony.
Many thought he was over the hill when he went to China, but gold in them are hills, said Barcelona. More goals than any other midfielder in La Liga, with 6 this season. Poor touch again. Busquets seems a little off. Modric going forward for Vermaelen, brings him down. That's going to be a card.
And this one should be directed towards the usually impeccable Sergio Busquets in Vermaelen's eyes, because he's got to sacrifice himself here. Usually he's impeccable, Busquets, in those sort of central positions, advanced, but when you give a ball away in that sort of situation against Real Madrid, you're dicing with death, and Vermaelen takes one literally for the team.
Smart play for Vermaelen, although he does pay the price. Many Barcelona fans looking at the starting line, but maybe thinking he's the weak spot. But it is worth noting, Barcelona have never lost a game in which Vermaelen has started. 12 wins, 3 draws. The 2 Germans on opposite ends of this play. Kroos into Busquets. Paulinho pulled back by Ramos.
Froth and fizz from Barcelona in this opening 20 minutes, Phil, and the 2 players uncharacteristically rough with their touch and their vision, their passes, but slowly starting to get a little bit more into the rhythm of this game, despite the fact that Real Madrid are certainly playing up to his standards. And It looks like a good selection on the team sheet as well. One thing he'd be wanting to look at a little bit more, Zidane, is probably getting Cristiano and Benzema a little bit more involved under pressure, deals with it nicely.
Ter Stegen, one touch, and Iniesta flicks it down the line, but no one there.
No other option. See a little bit of anxiety there. He knows perfect start, and his team doesn't look too comfortable with that sun out in the eyes and the way they put it out. Look out.
Modric finds a little
good
gap.
Run. Great ball.
Wide for Ronaldo on his left.
Pull back
Benz. Drives, carried away by Sergio Roberto.
Luka Modric begging for the ball. His arms out like a windmill, saying feed me to Cristiano. Now he's saying his apologies. And he knows, yeah, you see that rueful look. Wonderful build-up again from the Merengues. Cristiano with a good look at goal, but he had a better look at Luka Modric, who had beautiful space to control and smack had the ball been played into him. Again, top draw stuff from Real Madrid.
Luis Suarez being a pest. Their goal scorer again, a brace in the last match. Most convincing performance for him so far this season.
This game has been on a starvation diet of service. Suarez, 21 minutes in.
Iniesta just behind. Paulinho keeps it alive. Messi denied.
Iniesta would have been an absolute incredible ball, but it was well read by Real Madrid again.
A rainbow flick by Benzema to get it out of danger. Barca dropping back. Marcelo pushing up. Threads it forward, but Piqué was ready. Off of cross and out.
Good reading by Gerard Piqué, down and dirty, and gets the ricochet of Toni Kroos.
Ray, after the Spanish Super Cup, when Barcelona swept, taking another look at this laser wall, and you can see Ronaldo clearly offside. After Real Madrid won both matches home and away in the Super Cup, Gerard Piqué said for the first time in the history of the Clásico, he thought Barcelona was inferior. They obviously have learned something since then.
Oh, nice touch.
Suarez back for Messi. Scoops it over Casemiro. Back for Messi. Casemiro still there, and it's rattled away for the corner.
First signs of real sharpness from the medicine man. Wonderful touch initially to set up the little dominoes falling, and again well shepherded into the box by the white shirts.
This will swing in towards Keylor Navas. Messi from the corner drives it. Ronaldo with a flick.
Needed to get that one, Phil. That's another great ball from Messi.
Rakitic freezes cross, drives it in. Suarez got the touch. Busquets will pull it back as Alba hauls it in. Zidane, bottom of the screen. FIFA best coach. And then Real Madrid through a bit of a dry patch a few weeks back, to the point where some were saying was it time to make the switch, but after back-to-back draws against Fuenlabrada and Athletic, they've now won 4 in a row.
I think Zinedine Zidane's built up his credit margin with the Royal Whites. Certainly ridiculous talk of any early exits from Zidane. Perez, of course, the Presidente, full belief in Zizou.
Well, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen waits to put this one back into play. Flipped on for Suarez. Messi through to the middle. Suarez racing to get there, and Carvajal upends it.
Nice combination there between Lionel
Calm
and...
down, says Iniesta.
And Lionel Messi, wonderful touch, and Lionel's pass just a little al dente.
Here comes Real Madrid. Kovacic drops it back. Much more of a link roll from Kovacic than was first appeared when he came into the lineup in place of Isco. Carvajal to the inside, wide for Modric, isolated with Iniesta.
Run.
Overlap is on. Mateo to the goal line, whips it across but can't get it past the Belgian.
Well played by Modric. Sees the arriving Mateo Kovacic, and then this one from Mateo. The last pass was just not quite stabbed enough for Cristiano and Benzema, who were lurking like hungry vultures on that back post.
From the corner, Kroos again. Drives it to the center. Piqué clears, and there is a whistle. Another foul inside the box, spotted by Sanchez. Back to the Bernabeu on the sidelines, Kevin Egan.
Yeah, gentlemen, there's a growing sense of frustration around the crowd here with Karim Benzema. There was a poll in the Spanish paper AS yesterday, and the fans unanimously really voting that Benzema should be on the bench in favour of Marco Asensio, was who they wanted to see. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo, earlier on in the game, exploiting all the space he can. When Sergio Roberto goes forward, he immediately tells his teammates he wants the ball on the left-hand side, stretching out Piqué as a centre-back, but he just can't seem to find that connection with Benzema right now. Huge separation between the pair.
That is one of the strengths of Benzema normally, his ability to link up with Cristiano Ronaldo.
Success all over the field by Real Madrid, in my eyes, Phil, and their progress going forward. And Messi having to drop back very deep. Show for it yet for Los Blancos. Man alive, are they looking good?
Ramos.
Confident. Well played.
Marcelo. Iniesta harassing. All the way back for Navas. Well, reports that Kepa Arrizabalaga will be making the move in just a few weeks' time from Athletic Bilbao. Yet another challenger to Navas's throne. What does he have to do to erase those rumors, Ray?
You're asking his biggest fans. Anyhow, he's been impeccable and immaculate in my eyes. He's recovered from injuries well. And the era of Real Madrid has been built around Keylor Navas' strength in denying good goal-scoring opportunities to keep his team in big games.
Marcelo takes it to the goal line, sneaks it across. Piqué in good position. And back to the Brazilian, now 29 years of age. Again, can't beat Piqué.
Just trying to feed that one over the top of the towering Gerard Piqué. Benzema would have been attacking that, high kicking.
Modric down. Grew up as a Barcelona fan and now in many ways a Madrid icon since moving over from Spurs. High boot. Iniesta again not backing away. Beautiful look at the Santiago Bernabeu. Plans to renovate and expand it yet again.
Been locking down on Paulinho every time he gets close, and that pressure's been telling with a number of giveaways, but he's got nowhere to go here. That's a lovely touch by Paulinho, and Sergio Ramos knows he cannot run without his legs, and it's him down. Well played by the Brazilian.
Kovacic is shadowing here. Only as far as Roberto, though. Back for Rakitic, who this year under Valverde. A bit of a safety valve alongside Busquets. Suarez.
Smart, shrewd play here by Valverde's men, weathering this white storm. That's a great ball.
In Paulinho. Pulled back, but he's going to have to settle for the corner.
What a ball from Messi again. An insightful ball here, delivered brilliantly Right in the straight. It's the pass dictating the run rather than the other way around. An amazing ball, and Paulinho just not able to get his knee over and steer that one down onto Navas's goal line.
First shot of the match, headed down Piqué, second effort. Carvajal battling, Piqué goes down.
Stretched out now.
Whistle silent as Marcelo bursts forward.
Good challenge, Jordi Alba.
Samino off for Kroos again.
A bullet header there from Gerard Piqué, Phil. I believe it was a real wonderful bucket full of knuckles header, and it hits a white shirt, and then he nearly got the rebound. A little fortunate that time, Barca.
Couldn't tell if it was a Real Madrid defender or Paulinho, but that had some speed on it. Here's Modric to the center circle. Marcelo. Wide for Ronaldo. Benzema coming in from the right. Drives on Roberto. Whips it across. And past the empty net.
Squirrel on a telephone wire run. Plenty of space and time. He's backing up Sergio Roberto. Feeds him on the outside, and Piqué comes across to try to get it, but it's Ter Stegen's wonderful goalkeeper save that does it again, standing up and then sinking down to stop that shot.
Fourth quarter, flying in Ronaldo as he launches himself at it, not able to guide it towards goal.
Wonderful technique that Gary Bailey's been admiring for so long. Ter Stegen. You see it in hockey all the time where the goalkeepers come out and they've got to keep themselves upright, but they're locking down that round shot as well. Here's that wonderful ball from Lionel Messi, and it's a great save. Again, Keylor Navas, like a kangaroo on a trampoline. Brilliant save from the Costa Rican.
Again, you think back just a couple of seasons ago, not that far away from here at the airport in Madrid, ready to board a plane to Manchester, were it not for a defective fax machine. And they've won 5 titles with Navas in goal this year, more than any Real Madrid team in history. Balen with help. Back to the Belgian. Titi out with a injured hamstring. Mascherano still not 100%, and perhaps if you believe the reports on his way to China in a few weeks' time. Rakitic dispossessed by Kroos. A lot of reports have Balen on his way out in the winter window, but now Barcelona might need to keep him.
That earlier chance set up by Lionel Messi, Phil, just shows you the vast majority of this game going in full wind behind the team in white, and then one flash of pure inspiration from Messi delivers a perfect pass, and Paulinho was very close to hitting that target. It took an amazing save. Again, said it earlier, Phil, they're the types of saves that Keylor Navas has routinely made to keep his team very much in the game and set it up for the likes of Cristiano to go out and win. He needed them there.
Messi's pass intercepted. Of course, Ray then seconds later, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen with a textbook save.
Inside here.
Ronaldo with Benz. Squares into the middle, deflected away at the last moment. Screaming for the corner is Ronaldo, but he's not going to get it.
Again, penetrative football from Real Madrid. Beautiful space to find Cristiano down the right. Here again, look at Modric, sees him. That's very close to being offside, but he keeps his flag down. Benzema says, feed me, baby. Beautiful delivery. And then tremendous covering from Piqué. Picks a perfect pass again from Cristiano. Wonderful run from him. The Frenchie sees it come and sees it go. Again, lightning quick attack. You look at it time and time again. this is slow motion, and it's coming at Keylor Navas in a blur, but he rasps it over the top. Brilliant, Keylor.
Back to the World Cup again, where he deserves to be. Keylor Navas with Costa Rica.
Say that as I hand a box of tissues to you, Phil.
Of course, in many ways, that's one of the reasons why you just swirl. Real Madrid likes to have the best goalkeeper in the world, but they prefer it if he was the Spanish goalkeeper.
Well won that time, Paulinho.
Suarez looking for that extra gear, but then lost his balance.
Gets by Kovacic beautifully, but he's got Varane to beat. Tries to tuck it past him. Just a little heavy.
Scoreless through 35, just under 10 to go in regulation. It's been 30 matches plus since there has been a scoreless draw between these two. In 30 years since there's been one at the Santiago Bernabeu. We could be headed there at the break. Marcelo. Gross deflected. Back for Kovacic. In fact, they've averaged nearly 4 goals a game over the last 10 meetings. Lifted for Marcelo. He's in stride. Tries to hold off the defense, but can't.
So unlucky. Ball again. Marcelo controls it impeccably. And again, this time it's Barcelona locking the latch in the last second. Lovely touch.
Out of the back heel. Iniesta just a stride off. Of course, there is a little extra on this match coming just after the latest elections in Catalonia, where the separatist party won again. Of course, you remember when they had the referendum, Ray, the next match was in Catalonia, in Girona, which was their last defeat. This time the pride of Catalonia coming to the capital. Marcelo battling Sergio Roberto.
Wrong play from Sergi.
Whips it across, but his aim was off.
Paulinho asking for that one to be delivered on the deck. And Sergi saying his apologies. There's a collision here. I thought it was going to be Sergio Roberto come off the worst.
It's Marcelo on the dome. Maybe a little rattled with that.
The abracadabra earlier from Jordi Alba, another player who's been played spectacularly well for Valverde.
Cast aside by Luis Enrique last year, and this year maybe having the best season of his career.
Wonderful plunger here. But it was that pass of his that was the real bewitching highlight of this game. And the clearest opportunity for Barcelona to crack the dam, but it took that ingenuity from Lionel to provide that absolute dagger of a ball. Navas comes to the rescue.
Burst of speed from Kovacic, but well covered Vermaelen again.
Playing very well. And a big TNT powder keg of a game. The Belgian international been very assured so far alongside Piqué. Played.
Sergio Roberto rolls to the middle. Barcelona have weathered the Real Madrid storm and now looking for a lightning strike of their own. Wide for Iniesta, maybe a little too hard for Messi. Well, he rates it. Andres for Alba, wide for Messi, across the face, and Paulinho denied by Navas again.
This is marbles on the top of the glass table football here by Barcelona, and it's set up by Lionel, of course. Defying it, he goes into the traffic, and he pulls this one back for the ever-dangerous Brazilian Paulinho. It's another cracking save by Keylor, who's in full stretch to save it, and it's almost kept in again.
Driven by Rakitic, glances clear at the 6. Messi turning Kovacic, trying to escape his ghost. Well, he eludes his shadow at times. Far side, Suarez. Wrong foots Marcelo into the 6, cleared by Casemiro. Nice from Ronaldo. Now for Benzema, it's Real on the break. Roberto and Alba back. Ronaldo with an entourage. It's up on Benz and the whistles swirl. Barcelona back. Carvajal. Back post. Piqué again. Still in. Vermaelen scrambling to his feet. Actually, Sergio Roberto. Now Marcelo in the 18. Kroos scoops for Carvajal. Drives it across. Vermaelen clears. Still Real. Modric.
Magnificent football from Real Madrid. And this crowd was whistling Benzema earlier, is applauding the team football. And no wonder Jordi is breathing harder than Darth Vader. They have been under incredible pressure. And he'll be okay. But certainly that counter-attack was blistering, and it was set up by a beautiful little touch pass from Marcelo. And then all the dots were joined. Here's the earlier hit. In the very early going of this game that should have, could have, would have made it 1-0 on any other day. Beautifully set up by Kroos for the Dark Invader, who arrives by stealth into the box. Can it meet the train at the station to punch his ticket for number 1 in this game?
Quốc ơi, Quốc mà đây mình ghi bàn này, Quốc.
No goals to be talked about, Phil, but plenty of thrills and spills and what could have been. Here's another one.
Marcelo, second effort. Roberto threads it away.
Read him like Jack and Jill went up the hill there. Wonderful from Roberto stepping in, but can it do anything with it? Marcelo again.
Volkswagen halftime show with all the highlights and details. Here, Benzema, and it kisses off the post for Paris.
Staggering ball.
Rồi, đến lượt Quốc lên.
Marcelo.
Mấy chú 6 người kìa.
Off a wasp's wing.
Cho thọ ra đi.
Sometimes with his passes, and he does it here.
Rồi, một anh nào ra.
Absolutely audacious, delicious pass. Fed into the
Rồi, sao Quốc rồi tao biết. Tao biết thấy mùi rồi Quốc.
And he pounces on it like Dracula on a plate of liver.
Hay quá rồi.
Can it direct that angle of his head into the net?
With the hard
Cho thọ ra đi.
Alba now flying forward himself. Ronaldo
Còn 5 phút nữa thôi.
wide for Carvajal, looking for the return.
Way too much space for Carvajal to attack.
Suarez fencing with Carvajal. It's out for the Real Madrid throw, but he gives it away to Iniesta.
Well recovered by Croatian international.
Mentioned they have not lost a Clasico with Kovacic in the starting lineup. 2 wins and a draw. Well, Ray, in fact, they've never lost a match with Kovacic as a starter. 30 wins and 9 draws. Almost, but on just. And Ronaldo did not get back in time.
Roberto damning deaf heaven with his bootless cries here after an absolute incredible attempt to face Suarez. There's a good look at it. Tremendous play. Here's the red carpet pass upstairs. Barnes, Wallace, they go upstairs to bounce them. And a wonderful bouncing bomb just fades away and kisses the upright.
Steps over the rocket just wide for Roberto. Back to
usually so impeccable, Phil. Sergio Roberto, when he's got those opportunities, he had the time and certainly the space to pick out that big couch field behind Varane for Sergio Roberto, for Suarez to latch onto, but this pass just...
Đá hơn tỉnh luôn đi, đá hơn tỉnh luôn đi. Không, ý là nó tính số bàn của nó cô.
Harassed again by Kovacic. Whipped long. Ter Stegen at the edge of the area. Back down to the field, bringing Kevin Egan again. Kevin, what do you have?
Well, earlier on the pre-game show, I spoke with Victor Sanchez Del Amo. He talked a lot about the high press from Real Madrid. It's something Ernesto Valverde alluded to yesterday in his press conference, saying that they couldn't deal with Real Madrid in the Spanish Super Cup. And right now, you can see that Barca trying to play out of the back of kick out to Madrid, forcing them all the way up, and they're really struggling. Los Blancos winning the ball back early. Again, neither team unable to do anything with it. When they do, on the rare occasion, Navas and Ter Stegen have been up for the challenge. Messi moves. Marcelo got there first. They're going to call this a foul, and no argument for the Brazilian.
It's there for a nanosecond, and then Messi makes it disappear. Again, baits in. Lionel seeing the challenge coming. Ghosting past him.
Added time we go.
It's a tough angle here for Lionel from this distance, but we've seen him strike pay dirt before, or at least test the goalkeeper. A little bit closer, but he's going to have to go with this one before half-time. This is all short-time for Lionel.
Maybe the final play of this opening half. It's asking a lot from 40 yards out. If anyone has more in his sack than Santa, it's this man. Lionel Messi. Navas, a yard off his line. Drives it into the wall. It deflects wide, and that will do it. A scoreless first half at the Bernabeu.
Duck eggs on the scoreboard, but wonderful radiant football. Chances at both ends. Real Madrid in the driver's seat playing impressively, but Barcelona really showing some fangs as this first half comes to an exciting end.
Still giving it back to Barcelona, though. Here's Iniesta wide. Threads it through for Suarez. Tries to cut in, but Navas cuts it out. 33-time league champion, 6-time world champion. They're defending in both, as well as a record 12 European crowns. Benzema wide. Carvajal staying forward. Green back to Dani. Finds Luka Modric. Zamiro double teams, but gets away from Messi. Gifted by Ramos, and here's Paulinho. We were talking about this at the half rate. In some ways, Paulinho, the key to unlock Real Madrid's block defense.
Hasn't been the most sparkling of Barcelona types of performances that we're all so used to, but certainly Paulinho is the one who's been waiting in the long grass and then coming out to hunt inside of the box, and he's been found a number of times. Certainly the joker in the pack.
Stats at the half. Real Madrid actually out-possessing Barcelona, although things a little different here in the start of the second half. 9 shots to 4, 9 fouls to 2. Roberto inside Marcelo. Rakitic finds a pocket to his right. Suarez tight across the middle, but behind his front three.
Could he, should he have pulled the trigger there? Wonderful setup by even Rakitic. Drives into the box, and Real Madrid pulling back.